Hey guys, Fletch here, bringing you another transfer talk video. Yes, you know the drill by now. This is the video where I round up some of the biggest deals that are currently happening within the world of football, and also give my take on some of the biggest rumours that are floating around out there as the transfer window clock ticks down to its conclusion. Before we go on, I would like to say hit that like button and please subscribe if you're new. Both things will be really appreciated. But now that the shameless plug is out the way, we can get on with the rest of the video. So without further ado, let's begin. We begin with the news of a confirmed deal that has took place between Atletico Madrid and Juventus, and this deal concerns Alvaro Morata, who has switched Spain for Italy. News broke yesterday of Juventus confirming that Alvaro Morata had signed for the Italian Giants on a season-long loan initially. The initial loan fee is said to be in the region of £10 million, and with the option to buy being included, should Juventus decide to trigger it, that is, it would cost them a further €45 million at the end of the season. Morata hasn't had the best of times in recent years and seasons. That's clearly obvious. He struggled at Chelsea and he struggled to maintain consistency for Atletico over the past couple of years since being back there. So much so that he's managed to only record 18 goals in 49 appearances since returning in 2019, where he was initially sent back on loan originally, and then of course permanent deal later in the summer of 2019. Maybe with a slower league and a league with a more different style, shall we say, of Serie A, it might be a better suit for him. Who knows? Only time will tell. And this deal actually links into our next story, as it seems that Atletico have already lined up a replacement in Barcelona's Luis Suarez. I may or may not add a drum roll. Anyway, back to the story. Yes, it looks like the Uruguayan striker is set to swap Barcelona for Madrid as his exit from Barcelona takes a step closer. For those who aren't aware of this story that's been occurring over the past few weeks, Suarez has been heavily linked with a move away from Barcelona, mainly to Juventus. His initial link to Juventus was swirled around for a while, but due to a number of issues, including Suarez's Italian citizenship test, which he could be in trouble over, and also a number of other players that were either set to be involved in the aftermath of the transfer domino effect of this deal, or even other players that Juventus had on their radar, the move to Italy is now completely off, it seems, especially with Alvaro Morata signing with Juventus right now. But it seems that with Barcelona looking for a near enough complete rebuild of their squad by getting rid of a large number of their players, and with Morata moving from Atletico to Juventus, it seems that a space has opened up at Atletico for a striker, and the Uruguayan striker seems to be the perfect candidate for them. Last night, Fabrizio Romano tweeted out that a meeting between both representatives of both parties had allegedly been successful, and it was allegedly successful enough that a fee between them was said to be agreed, and now it seems only a matter of time before Suarez becomes an Atletico Madrid player. We wait and see how this deal plays out. And whilst we're on the topic of players leaving Barcelona, it's a common theme for our next two stories. First of all, Arturo Vidal has left Barcelona and joined Inter Milan. The transfer fee is said to be in the region of €1 million, and this deal is set to reunite both Vidal and Antonio Conte, who of course were together during their time at Juventus, winning 3 consecutive Serie A titles during that length of time. The 33-year-old Chilean midfielder helped Barcelona to the La Liga title during the 2018-19 season, and it will be interesting, despite his age, to see what he can offer this Juventus side, particularly when it comes to their main goal of winning the Champions League, or at least challenging for the Champions League. And second on the list of players leaving Barcelona, we come to Nelson Semedo. The Portuguese right-back has signed for, you guessed it, Wolves. You know, because he is Portuguese and Wolves only sign Portuguese players. Anyway, yes, that's no joke, by the way. This is actually happening. Semedo has officially joined Wolves in a deal where the fee is said to be in the region of 35 to 36 million euros. Earlier this transfer window, of course, Wolves sold Matt Doherty to Tottenham, and he was of course their initial right back or right wing back. So Semedo will of course be the perfect fit and the perfect obvious replacement for him. And yeah, I've got to say, it's very interesting to see how Wolves are going about their transfer business like this. It's another Portuguese player through the door. They've got a core group of players that are of the same nationality of being Portuguese, but of course their league of being the Premier League is English, so it's very different to see how that contrasts and how they've gone about their business in this sort of way. But away from the nationality side of things, it is another interesting signing that walked through the door at Molineux this summer, and it will be interesting to see how he fares in the Premier League. And for our final story, we asked the question, could Milan Skriniar be on the move to the Premier League this transfer window? Stories began coming out last night that Tottenham and Jose Mourinho are very interested in acquiring the Slovakian centre-back services. This story is in its very early days, but already it is reported that Inter have set their stall out and want a fee in the region of £55 million for the 25-year-old. There was initial talk of a swap deal being put together with the possibility of Tanguy and Ndombele going in the opposite direction, but it's being said that Spurs aren't really in favour of that type of structured deal. And it's also being said that should Spurs not be able to negotiate the asking price down to an acceptable agreement, they could look elsewhere, with Benfica's Ruben Diaz also on Jose Mourinho's and Spurs' radar. We wait and see how this story develops, of course, but this could be one to keep your eye out as the transfer clock ticks down. And with that wraps up yet another transfer talk video. But of course, I want to know what you guys think on all of these stories. What do you make of Alvaro Morata switching Spain for Italy with Juventus? What do you make of Luis Suarez possibly being Morata's replacement at Atletico? What do you make of Arturo Vidal and Nelson Semedo both leaving Barcelona as well, with Vidal going off to Inter Milan and Semedo obviously coming to Wolves as another Portuguese player to grace Molineux? And finally, of course, what do you make of Milan Skriniar? What do you make of his saga? Will he be going to Spurs this summer? Let me know your thoughts, comments and opinions on all of these stories in the comments section below. It will make for a great read. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things would be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Transfer Talk video. And I will see and speak with you all again soon in another video.